Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moscow, Russia for the European Championships 2020. Earlier on this morning, we had the qualifications for the speed, the boulder, and now, as dusk sets on Moscow, it's time for the lead. That's our stadium you can see on screen. Outside it's much colder than that picture looks, but inside the stadium, things are hotting up as we get into the action. My name is Matt Groom. I'm going to be calling everything for you today. And if you've been with me on the live chat, hello guys, how you doing? How's things? How's your evening going, or afternoon, depending on where you are? Is it early in the morning? Remember, you can send me a message on the live stream to say hello, ask questions, and just generally see how things are. That's our stadium, and let's have a look at the leaderboard as it stands so far, because of course everything is going to change after this round, or might change for certain, as we just wait for confirmation of our top athletes. 20 athletes in this quarterfinal, sorry, in this qualifying round. For the women, Stasha Geo is in the lead. Petucia Chujak, Henna Moyle, Alexandra Kaluchka, Victoria Meshkova, Eliska Adamskova, Alama Besvata, Chloe Collier are currently in the top 8, and it's that top 8 that counts, because 8 athletes will go through to tomorrow's final. 8 for the men, 8 for the women, and it's tomorrow where those Olympic places are given away. Looking down the leaderboard, we can see, even though those athletes are further down, that doesn't mean that they're out. Do not count them out at this stage. Anything can happen. The maths are complicated. The leaderboard will change a lot, so keep with me. We'll do it together as we have a look at the when. Great Britain's William Bosey leading the way at the moment. Sergei Luchetsky next, Martin Dzensky, Alex Kazanov, Sasha Lehmann, Nikolai Yarovets, Jan Kritz and Alexei Rubstov are our top 8 currently. Remember, everything might change after this speed round, after this lead round. We saw a few interesting developments earlier on today. Jernej Kruder, he's one of them, perhaps not having his best bouldering session in a round where we saw many, many tops take place. One single slip was really enough to plummet someone down the leaderboard. This is a replay of earlier on, the athletes just checking out the wall. It is an on-site competition, so they get a few minutes to check out the route before they come out. That was a while back now. Currently on stage, the route is clear, but we just check out the athletes seeing this route, trying to work out the beta, the secrets that the route setters have set. We're minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, if you're joining us for the first time, perhaps this is your first time watching climbing. And if there's any questions that you have, do send me a message and I'll try to answer them. Lovely to see everybody on the chat joining in. Please keep things nice and civil. So far, this live chat has been a wonderful place to hang out. Let's keep it that way, please. I specifically asked that got turned on because I wanted to chat to you guys. And I know you are having a fantastic time, as am I, here in Moscow. It's been great so far. It's been a whole week of climbing. Of course, we've earlier had the speed single event, the bouldering single event, and the lead single event, and high drama in all of those. And if you haven't seen those, remember you can go back and watch the live streams again. This one is on the IFSC channel, but previously we've been on the Russian climbing channel before that. Easy to find, just type it in. Lovely to see so many people watching back home, excited by comp climbing. Anita says, this is exciting. Yes, this is exciting. It does all come down to this moment, and nothing is guaranteed at the moment. It's all to play for here in Moscow. The only athlete really winning an event is Marcin Dzetsky. He won the speed, and we had quite a few ties in the bouldering event, so hard to work it out at the moment. But let's put it like this. These athletes have to climb as high up this lead route as humanly possible in order to guarantee a place in tomorrow's finals. We can just see Noah Sharan there reminding herself of the route. As on the left, it's Jan Kritz. He's on the men's route. Route setters took me through this lead route earlier in the day. And there are some little tips and tricks I'll give you. First of all, this women's start. It is a boulder problem to start. A little dynamic pop needed here. You can see she's just working it out, a little pop. Nothing too hard, but just something to unsettle the athletes early on, as if they need unsettling. I mean, how much pressure do they need right now? As both athletes get cracking on this wall. That's Jan Kritz. This first section, fairly straightforward, little crimps. You can see his hand heavily strapped up and has been since the bouldering. Hopefully no serious injury for him, maybe more of a preventative measure, but time will tell on that one. Noah Sharan of Israel. Strong Israeli team here in Moscow. They've been a lot of fun. They're a very psyched group of climbers. And I don't know about you, but I like chatting to psyched groups of climbers. Makes it way more fun. Jan Kritz now, he starts into this yellow section, traverses right, and he takes an early fall. Not really a lead climbing specialist. Not likely to affect the leaderboard too much on that one. Remember, it's only the top 8 who go through into tomorrow's finals. And how psyched are you guys on that finals? As we see Noah Sharan. She falls too. Fairly early, pretty much in the same place as Jan Kritz if you go directly horizontal across the wall. Jan Kritz sticks his tongue out there. Slightly disappointed, but not really a lead specialist. Remember, in this event, lead, bouldering and speed, 3 disciplines that the athletes have to excel in. Question from Ziggy about spotting. Yeah, before the athletes get that first clip in, there is a danger, of course, of them falling off. However, that first clip is low on these routes, and there is padding on the ground. So I think something pretty spectacular would have to go wrong for an athlete to hurt themselves. But yeah, the belay is just keeping an eye on them, of course, when they're going up. As we watch that fall down, Noah Sharan bumping up onto those tiny little crimps from that big flat right hold. So my name's Matt. I've been with you all week, as have some of you. It's been at times epic, enthralling, exciting, emotional, exhausting. We're nearing the end now, just 2 days of competition. Well, a day and an evening, really. As we see Vanna Pacini on the right-hand side of your screens, and on the left, Peter Kurek. The wall's about 15 meters high-ish. Feels a bit longer because of that overhang, but if you go directly across to the speed wall on your screens, you can see it's about the same height. There's Peter Kurek as he begins into this crack session. I did ask if that crack that he's holding there could be jammed, and the route setter showed me his hand that had a scratch mark on it from where he tried to jam it. They decided that it probably wasn't best, tweaked it, and it's definitely more of a sort of lay-backy move now. But you can see, just using his feet in that crack. So there's one route for the men, one route for the women. Slightly different from the lead qualification where they do 2. This is the combined. Similar rules, but little tweaks like that come in terms just to make things a bit faster, flow better, and be less tough on the athletes. Remember, they've been climbing, or some of them have been climbing all week. Some of them have been making finals all week. So managing fatigue, managing skin, that's what the game's all about. Vanna Pacini now just bumping her hand up into the corner of that volume. She slaps up, falling early. Peter Kurek, though, he's on this yellow section. I like the way this route is split into colours. It's really an easy way to see exactly which section they're on now. The part of the wall that Peter's on is very, very overhanging. It steepens up at the top, and then the final white head wall section is pretty much vertical. A lot of people in the comments trying to work out the maths. Good luck with that one. Lots of ties in the bouldering. When you looked at the leaderboard, it was just a solid blue of tops. And that meant that instead of getting 1 point for a leader, they've been awarded 1.5, so that changes it slightly. But don't worry, as we go along, I'll keep you updated with the scores. Remember, it's the top 8 who go through till tomorrow's final. Peter Kurik going well here as he enters this slopey section, cutting loose, bumping the feet left, up to the pinch as he makes a little power scream. Someone's asking if I chalk up whilst commentating. I tell you what, I've often needed it. It has been nervy the last couple of days. The other day I was with Alex Kazanov, we watched the lead finals, and he was literally rocking back and forth as he was watching the climbing. I think he was living every move vicariously through the climbers. Crowd getting behind Peter now. Good effort from him. 3/4 way up this route as he boosts up into that headwall section. You could see just holding on, starting to struggle now. Great effort from him early on in this competition. Great shots there from our team in Moscow. Some wonderful slow motion coming in. Such an intense sport to watch. Someone in the comments saying, yeah, it really is, isn't it? Especially with these shots, we can see every emotion flicking through the athlete's face as they come up on this wall. Some climbers more expressive than others. That's our scores so far. That's our individual scores for this section of the competition. Remember, 3 in total. Noah Shiran leading the way with 18+. How does that scoring work? Well, every hold has a number. Further up they get, the more points they get. So if they get to hold Peter 34, like Peter did, they get 34 points. They're awarded a plus if they use that hold. Now, what is using? I hear you say. Using means that you shift your center of gravity and you go up with one hand towards the next hold. That is the exact definition of that. Thanks, Anak Vyhoven, for sending me that. Michaela Smetanova, as she starts off. Gev 11 there on the first section of his route. So on your left, you see the men's route there, sort of S-curve as well. That S-curve shape has been utilised a lot for the route setters during this entire week, in fact. You guys know how this works. You've got me in your ears for most of this, but I will be grabbing athletes as they finish their runs, having little interviews, having chats. As we watch Michaela now, getting further than our previous 2 competitors on the right-hand side of your screen. As Gev 11, he boosts up onto that yellow hold. You can see the back of his hands coated with as much chalk as the front of his hands. Music building in the background, increasing that tension during the qualifier. Who are you supporting in the comments? Let us know. Who are you cheering on? Are you just a neutral? Are you just here for the love of climbing? Michaela now entering, or about to enter, this slopey section of the route. Crosses through, she's going to have to match that in order to go back left and make that clip, which she does. Perhaps starting to struggle now, you can see. She hasn't clipped that lower quick draw. She's going to have to do that. You have to clip all the quick draws in a route, so she's going to have to work away of clipping beneath her. You can see a big fall down to the ground for her. Levin takes a fall as well. Lots of support coming in on the live chat. Let me know who you're watching. Joseph Barrow says 3 p.m. Is it too early for the booze? Couldn't possibly tell you, but I think you might know my answer. It's 5 p.m. somewhere in the world, right? Great replays here as they enter that slopey section. You can see that quick draw she didn't clip just on her mind. She would have had to have found a place to clip that. You can't just move through them. 2 more athletes walk out on stage in front of me as we watch replays from that previous round. Anna Brozek of Poland, she's underway. All the athletes have had a couple of hours off, which, to be honest, has done nothing to really calm anyone down. It's actually increased the nerves. I was pacing back and forth in this stadium earlier. I didn't want to leave. I couldn't really stay. The pressure intense for everyone, and I'm not even competing. Marcin Ziecki, let's see what he can do. Wearing that headband he's been sporting all week. Remember, 2 Olympic places are up for grabs, but not today. This is just the qualifier for the finals. We've had an entire day of climbing, and the top 8 are going to have to do it all again tomorrow. It's only tomorrow where we see those places given away, as Marcin's slightly struggling here. You can see, trying to give everything. He can see the quick draw, he can see the next move. It's just sometimes biceps work, fingers stop uncurling. Spending quite a lot of time bumping around here. He needs to work out a way to make that clip and pop up. Dropping down, trying to find a solution. Looking down at the ground as well. He is close to the ground and he pops off. It's always tricky that low on a route. If you're a regular sport climber, you know the first 3 clips are the tricky ones. If you're pulling out a load of slack whilst clipping those, it can always be a bit of a heart in the mouth moment. You can see that for him. He just looked down, just struggling on that bottom section. Of course, those padding on the floor. During that drama, we saw Anna as well, as we watch a replay, taking a fall. Let's see this moment for her as she brings that left foot under, just flagging underneath to match that black hold. And there's the pop-off for her, fairly low down on the route. Route setters didn't think it would necessarily be particularly difficult, this route, but with fatigue, with the fact they've been competing with that pressure, everything changes, doesn't it? That's our leaderboard so far for this lead round. Michaela Smetanova way out in front with 27 plus, followed by Noah Sharan. Peter Kurek, he's also way out front with 34 points. Meanwhile on stage, Alexei Rubtsov, he's on the left. He's got a strong showing in front of his home crowd. As he pops into that section. Someone asking on the chat if you could jam that section. Yeah, the route setter tried. He's got the scars to prove it. But it's far easier to do what Alexi did there and just side pull it. As we see this first little pop quite tricky, and you can see Ayla Karim just taking a moment here. Every now and again, the route setters will chuck in a section early on just to unsettle them. I think that's what happened there with her. Alexei Rubtsov, I went to try to talk to him earlier and he just sort of had this 1,000-yard stare in his eyes. He's one of those athletes who really focuses all of his attention on what he's doing, which is totally fair enough, as he gets a high left heel. When he's not competing, super friendly, but when he's competing, he just turns on another mode. Ayla Karim now. She power screams and takes a fall. This women's route proving problematic early on in this qualification round. It's no giveaway. And remember, usually in a qualification round for a speed, the athletes get to see the route. They watch a video, they get to watch other athletes. With this format, it's more on-site. Well, it is on-site. They get a couple of minutes just to check it out, and then off they go. So expect some beta mistakes. You wonder what those little blue crosses are on the wall by Alex's feet? That is the hold. You have to clip that quick draw thumb. The route setters reckon it's dangerous to go past that, so the athletes must clip from that point or they face disqualification. Alexei now, he makes progress into this qualification round. He's starting to bump his feet out. Power scream to get that, immediately getting some encouragement from the crowd. This move is the one that Jan Kritz struggled on. Sorry, Peter struggled on. Heel hook to get himself settled. Popping up with the right. Is he on the edge now? He needs to make that quick draw clip. I think he's on the verge here as he goes higher and higher. That quick draw down by his waist. Now you can see just working out how to clip it, hesitating. And you can see now he's going to reach around with a really awkward clip down beneath his legs, but he's an experienced pro, makes it work. Pressing up now into that big volume. He's on the head wall of the route now, battling every step of the way. Just takes a fall and a pop. That is a great excerpt from Alexei. Someone's saying he looks like Jim Carrey. Some great replays here as we watch the athletes cruising through this section of the route. Alexei using heel hooks. Two more athletes join us on the stage. Patricia Hujiak on the right-hand side. Belgium's Simon Lorenzi. Athletes starting off as we see Simon making fairly easy work of this first part. How are you guys doing at home? Where are you watching from? What are you up to? People are asking about the quick draws. You do have to clip them all, but the points are scored on the holds, although you do have to clip the top quick draw. Simon makes that tricky looking clip off to the left-hand side of your screen. You can hear Simon every time he climbs. He sounds a bit like a horse working really hard, blowing out of his lips. As I said that, you can hear it. This men's route so far. Nice to see the athletes getting high up on the wall, not falling too early on, but this is where that pump starts to come in, and you can see he's working hard, still blowing. Little power scream as he pulls up, making the clip. So Alexei take that in a different way, clipping high up, reaching down. Good effort from him. Next up is lead climbing specialist Alex Kazanov. He'll be on the left-hand side. Marketa Janosova, as we watch some replays, you can really see how small those crimps are, almost fingernails in there. Desperate to get any kind of a purchase.
Итак, друзья, рад вам представить следующих участников этапов трудностей в рамках Олимпийского договора. Алекс Казанов, представитель команды Израиля. Все 4 трассы в Болдерге он залез, причем сделал это все с первой попытки. Всего 4 попытки ему понадобилось, чтобы пройти болдерговый этап. И у женщин выступает Маркета Яносова, представительница команды Чехии.
Alex Kazanov now as he cracks on. I just wanted to clarify something I said earlier. And cheers, Graham Alderson is the technical delegate at the IFSC. I was told it was a disqualification past that point, but that's more of a sort of a language thing. If you want to go back and check Graham's exact terminology for that, it's up higher on in the chat. As he's saying, it's a stop and measure, not a disqualification. Apologies about that, I was just passing on what I was told, but as a language difficulty, let's put it like that. But yeah, Graham getting the language right, so thank you, Graham, watching from the UK. Hope you're having a good time, mate. I know I am. It's great to be out here in Moscow. Time in Moscow, 6:30 almost. We started this morning and it's all come to this moment. Alex Kazanov now working his way through this yellow section. He then has to cut all the way back out left again. You see Marketa there just squatting down on the hold, getting herself centered. Alex Kazanov in full stretch, really using that heel. He's one of those climbers who all he wants to be doing is climbing. You see that big tick mark designed just to help the athletes. This is on site, remember. We don't want to trick them up. It's Alex matching those big green holds. Using toe hooks to keep him into the wall. He's going to have to cut loose. There he goes, out to the left. So much body tension required for that kind of a move. Chalking up, getting ready. Just over halfway up for Alex. Meanwhile, Marketa, she's in this difficult slopey section as Alex takes a big fall on the left, as does Marketa, just using her hand to stable herself on the wall. Alex Kazanov came within 2 holds of making the lead final the other day. As we see, a shot within a shot. Loving these shots within a shot to the cameraman. Alex Kazanov just looking at his coaches and the audience as we watch his moment again. Swinging out left with those feet. See Alex just giving it everything as he bumps that left hand out onto that tiny little crimp. We didn't get to see the athletes checking out the routes. It happened earlier in the evening before the live stream was on. As you can see him falling sideways, just sort of, hopefully we can see that in slow motion. Marketa just swinging out right, using the splits. Quite how an athlete could do the splits in that kind of a position, I do not know. Boggles my mind. You can see just struggling on that sloper. She slapped it, she got it, and you can see now hands just slipping down like something out of a computer game as she takes the plummet back down to the mats. Nika Potapova of the Ukraine. She has been a standout this week, and Hannes Puman. Both these athletes have the ability to get to the top here. Have they got the necessary energy to get this done here in this qualification round? Nika came on and had a chat with me earlier. Lovely to speak to her. The athletes returning to the area after they've climbed, just to watch their fellow competitors. Something I've really enjoyed seeing, actually. Everyone, especially during these COVID times when we haven't had competitions, everyone keen just to sort of share our community around, which has been lovely. As Nika moving through that first tricky section. She goes up into that big volume that's been put on the wall. Big bump out right as Hannes. He goes horizontal, upside down. Someone's saying they're enjoying the climbing radio during quarantine. Yeah, a lot of the world locked down or in quarantine. A lot of gyms shut, so hopefully this just reminds you how good climbing is. It will return, guys, it will return. Hannes Pullman now, he's in that green section of the route using his little crimps. As you can see, we said it before, but lats for days from that boy. Huge strength on display as he works his way up into that tricky top section. He makes that clip early on as well. Now clipping high. Watch out for this press move. He's got to get his hands above his head and just press into that big volume you can see. That hold on the left of it, that's just there to block the left-hand side of that hold. It's too good. It will be too easy for the athletes. You can see there on the left of this big one he's about to go to. Forces the athlete to do a press. Here it is, palm up, bumping his hand, using all of his shoulder strength to push him in. Are we going to see a top from Hannes here? Shakes out, he's looking confident. That little crimp you can see, again, just blocked off by the route setters as he eyes up this dyno, goes up with the left and right. I think we're going to see a top here unless he drops this clip, which he doesn't. Top from Hannes Pullman, fantastic from him. Our first top for the men. An aye from him, and a big handshake out to the audience. Yeah, people are saying the finishes for these routes are great. They are, aren't they? I do love it when a route finishes in a dyno. I think we're going to get joined by a guest in a second. Bear with me. Wonderful shots of Hannes. Some people are asking if we've discovered what Hannes' shampoo is yet. No, I haven't actually asked him. I will do if you really want me to. People are asking about the BBC. Yeah, we were live on the BBC the other night, and the finals will be there too, so you can head over to them. That's our leaderboard for this lead qualification. Michaela Smetanova, she's leading the way with 27 plus, but Nika as well, getting nice and high, 27 plus for her. Meanwhile, on stage, Alma Besvarta. She's our next out. And for the men, Hannes Pullman just then, we saw it with the top, followed by Alexei Rubtsov on 38 and Simon Lorenzi, 36. On the left, keep an eye out for this man, Yuval Shemela. Yuval Shemela, of course, such an expressive climber as Alma comes up. If you wanted to know if there's a tie on this route, so let's say multiple athletes get tops, and we go to the time they did it. So speed is a little bit of a factor here. Obviously, topping the route is important. You shouldn't go so fast that you drop it, but if there is a draw, if there is a tie, it will go down to time. Yuval Shemela, high heel hook. He moves on. This is a man who will not quit. He doesn't understand the concept of quitting. He will fight right until the very end, as you're about to see, as he begins to fight now, gritting his teeth up to the green holds. He's got a traverse left now. Bad feet, a cut loose move coming up. Not too hard, but again, this late in the competition, everything seems hard. As on the right there, Alma Besvata, she takes a fall. In the same place we've seen a lot of women fall, that difficult section after the traverse. Well, I'm very excited by my next guest here, and you'll find out why in a minute as we watch Yuval at the top of the wall. Starting to power scream now, starting to work hard as he comes into this section. Will he clip low? Yuval, what's he going to do as he comes up into this final part? Remember, this is the press move. He reaches high to make this clip. Boosting his way up, palming into that wall. Having to retreat down again as he matches. There's a little crimp out right now. You can see the tick mark, reaches down. Are we going to see a top from Yuval Shemela? Hannes Pullman, by the way, is sitting next to me. He's just waiting. Hannes, let's chat about this last section of the route. You've just been up there. How hard is it?
Yeah, the last move is really far. But it's kind of nice because after all these crimps, you suddenly have a press. And yeah, you can kind of have pump, but it's fine because you're not pulling hard with your hands, you're just pressing. But then it's kind of difficult to get into the right position to be able to pull hard. Yeah, but if you stay calm and yeah, I think it's fine.
It's certainly a spectacular way to finish the route, and you've been on top form all weekend. I've got to ask you this because the live chat wants to know, Hannes.
Yeah.
What shampoo do you use?
Oof.
I'm genuine, this is a serious question. The nation is waiting for your answer.
I used the shampoo at the hotel. Yeah.
Fantastic answer. It's a good shampoo. I've used it myself. Hannes, you're done for the evening. Time will tell with qualifications, but are you feeling confident for tomorrow? In terms of moving into that finals?
It's hard to say. I think there will be some more tops. And I guess time will be the things that separates us. So we'll see. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Hannes, I know you've just come down. Thank you for speaking to me for a couple of seconds. Go get your breath back, have a moment, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Let's keep your fingers crossed for that qualification.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Cheers, Hannes. I'm grabbing people as I see them. Martin Stranik now. He starts off his lead qualification round, needing a big score. See what he can do. Meanwhile on the right, Afra Hunig from Germany. She's just got through, as you can see. Nice wide shot there showing both of the routes. Martin Stranik climbing quickly now. What do you guys think of the route setting so far? I've been impressed. That male route. Pure power, pure endurance. As Afra takes a moment to rest. That's the move. We're about to come into the move that's been spitting people off. Let's see how she deals with it. It's Martin Stranek into that high heel hook rest position that we've seen almost everyone use so far. Afra with that splits move again, stops the swing. Now she makes the clip. Meanwhile, Martin Stranek using a clever heel-toe combination of that yellow hold just to pull him into the wall. Let's see what his grip strength's like as he comes into the pinches. Just to our right, we see another athlete, Afra Hunik. She takes a fall from the same place we've seen so many fall from, that tricky, cruxy section of the women's route. Martin Stranek takes a moment to rest. About halfway up the route now. It's hard to tell from some of these camera angles. A lot of people saying the male route looks really vicious. Great way to describe it, a vicious route, yeah. Clock not being displayed, so it is tricky, I know. I did ask about it, but they can't display it for this. But if we do see multiple tops, it is time that will be the factor. So the athletes, if they feel like they have to climb, or they will be able to top it. And of course, we've seen 2 tops so far for the men as Martin Stranek drops that right knee down just to stabilize himself before entering this tricky top head wall. Spots that undercling pinch now as he pulls up the rope. He's standing on it, you can see with his right foot. That's why it was tricky for him to make that clip there, just adding more friction. Easy to do, especially when you're pumped out of your mind as he comes into this big press move on the volume. Are we going to see another top? Starting to struggle now, and he knows how physical this next section is. The feet look good, but they are slippery. It's not particularly positive, and you've got to go out to that crimp, which he manages, and he's got to swap these feet to make this move. Brings it up, takes the swing. You could see he was just battling with the foot swap there. Two tops so far for the men. No tops for the women as of yet. About halfway through now, this competition for the lead. As we see the full tension building here in the stadium, all eyes on this lead wall. The athletes watching, everyone on their phones, constantly checking the scores. Currently, Alex Kazanov, according to the scoreboard, he's leading the way. Jamie Topley says, he's got to go hoovering. Let me know if I miss anything. Mate, hoovering can absolutely wait. Dust is not going anywhere. This competition will. So put down the hoover immediately. You're going to miss everything if you go now. Molly Thompson-Smith is on the wall in front of us as we look at the scoreboard so far. She starts off, as we can see, two tops for the men, Yuval Shemela and Hannes Pullman. Meanwhile, Molly Thompson-Smith and Daniel Boldyrever in action. And we can see Molly climbing quickly through that first section was Daniel. Speed specialist, of course, putting up a good fight so far. He got a top for the bouldering. Good effort from him as he comes into the side pull section. Molly will be looking for a strong performance here. This is her specialism. Foot out right as she matches. Meanwhile, Daniel He makes it through that first half. It's interesting to see when lead isn't necessarily their preferred discipline, how different they make these routes look. Up he clips. Molly, meanwhile, making good progress. Will she get through this crux move? It's a high right foot, almost horizontal as she goes up into the crimps. Makes the clip, rests. So far, making things look fairly easy. As you can see, the nail varnish chipped off her fingers. Showing how hard, how much abuse these athletes are putting through to their fingers. Molly, meanwhile, moving into the slopey section of this route. To my left, Daniel, he just took a fall. Molly matching that sloper, trying to find friction where there is none. She gets a high right foot. She's got a boost out left now, looking into the crimp, though. Big tick mark if she can find it. Makes that lower clip. You have to clip it all. Finds the tick mark. High heel this time. She looks to make another clip. This tricky traverse section, proving the undoing of so many climbers. Up she goes into more slopers. You can imagine her hands unpeeling off these holds. She battles. Finding another place to rest here. The only athlete left on the wall, all eyes on her. Molly with a high heel. Now you can see the white head wall beckons. The final section of the route. Will she be able to make it through? Molly now with those... Sorry, microphone was in the wrong place there. Molly now with the pitches. Shaking out, using every opportunity to rest that she can. Strong performance in the bouldering, made 4 tops out of 4. Molly now high up on this route. She brings herself into this blue side pull section. You can see 2 side pulls close together. She gets her left hand on, heel hook to steady herself, and takes the swing down. Good effort from Molly. I've got a guest next to me, Yuval Shemela.
Hello, hello, and I still have to catch my breath.
Of course, man. I've literally grabbed you as you come down, so I'll speak while you breathe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
First of all, though, the question I want to ask you is, I want to talk about the power screams, man.
Yeah.
Because you are so much fun to watch.
Thank you.
If you had to put a percentage on how much stronger a power scream makes you, what would that percentage be?
Ooh, it's a good question. I think definitely, like in certain moves, like at some points, it can be more than like 50%, because sometimes on those routes you have like the mental battle so hard, like you get a hold and it's worse than you think, and you're like starting to think, oh no, I'm tired, I'm gonna fall, I'm getting pumped. And then when you scream, you like reset your mind, like get away with all the negative thoughts, and just like, it's a good way to get adrenaline. And I definitely needed that on the last 2 quick draws in that bouldery section. Yeah, I was sure I'm gonna fall like each second while grabbing on this like big one, but I'm happy to do it. And now we're gonna need to watch Nimrod, because he's so strong, and I believe he's gonna top it, and I think it will come to time. I was trying to climb it as fast as I can, and I hope it will be enough for tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, can you stay with me while we watch Ram here?
Of course. Oh, it's Ram. I thought it's Nimrod. Oh yeah, Ram is strong as well. Of course, I'll stay.
Stay with me while he watches that, because he's your teammate. How, Ram, I mean, you're a gentleman who's incredibly psyched on climbing, as is Ram.
Yeah,
I mean, Ram is someone who never seems to stop. How much effort does he put into his training on a daily basis?
Yeah, well, we get to train a lot together in Israel, and it's like every time I come to the gym, I see him like getting there 2 hours before me. Then like I do my training, and then he stays to do like different things, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to train more, like Ram. But it's really nice, like that we got to really come here as a team and like push each other, because I think like without our like positive energies and beliefs that we can make it to tomorrow into the Olympics, I wouldn't have done any of what we've accomplished together.
Yeah, you guys have been wonderful to watch and so much fun as well. I've got to say, it's been a privilege to watch you guys climb.
Come on, Ram.
There's Ram Levin. Yuval is with me in the commentary box. That's his teammate. Expect some biased commentary here, and that's what we want to see from you. So what's he going to be thinking in this section? You've just climbed this route.
Yeah.
Is he moving into the yellow? Will he be just pleased to have got that first bit out of the way?
I think Ram is more of a boulder climber, but he definitely knows how to climb a lead route. And I think he'll be happy to get to there's like the big heel hook that you can just shake a little bit. I think for Ram it will be good because he can really reset his arms and get going on the pinches. Ram is super strong at pinches, as we saw on the boulders. And I think he likes those green holds.
Yeah, we're watching there. Lucia Dorfel, as she makes her way up this route into that cruxy section to rest. Meanwhile, Ram is just swinging around like a monkey, just cutting loose all over the place. Huh? It looks like a fun route. Was it fun to climb?
Yeah, it was really fun to climb. I got nervous because I knew I had to climb it fast because it looked not so hard from the ground, but it was so much fun to climb. It's just like a journey all the way up. Come on, Ram.
Lucia Dorfel on the right-hand side, Ram Levin on the left, as he gets into this pinch section, something where Yuval, as he just said, he reckons he's going to be strong on this moment.
Come on, Ram.
Can you rest in these moments, or you just have to power through the section?
You can rest, but sometimes you don't know if resting will be good, because sometimes you can just rest your armpits like just a bit, like your forearms, but then sometimes you get like, you think it's good, and then you keep climbing and you realize you're even pumped than before, like more pumped than before.
You see, it just took
come
a
on,
fall.
Come on!
No! Ram Levin taking a fall about halfway up that route. That was a good effort from Ram there.
Yeah.
So Yuval, a top for you. You're looking good for tomorrow at the moment.
Yeah, I think we'll still need to watch Nicolas Collin, and Sasha, because they're so strong. They've been really like unstoppable in the lead comp like recently, and I think they will top, but let's watch the time. And the last move, actually, like the double dyno, was a lot harder than I expected, because you get there tired and you feel like it's so hard to pull on those like that crimp and the like mental. But I'm happy to do it, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, Yuval, I just want to say I've had so much fun watching you all for this week.
Thank you very much.
Wonderfully expressive climb. It's great.
Thank you very much.
I'll let you get back to it, catch your breath. Thank you for chatting to me.
Hopefully see you tomorrow.
Hopefully see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
See you soon, man. Goodbye. Great to get the athletes inside. They've just come down for the wall. He's literally sweaty, covered in chalk, and he was nice enough to chat to me, so cheers, Yuval. I must be so annoying to some of these climbers, but they're so far giving me their time, which is wonderful. Michaela Smetanova, she's at the top for the women so far, and there's the man himself, who we've just been talking to, Yuval Shemela at the top, followed by Hannes Pullman. The two tops separated by time. And it's interesting what Yuval was saying there about time. If you're an athlete and you think you might top this route, you are going to have to go quickly. Meanwhile, on stage, Will Bosi on the left. On the right, Natalia Kaluchka. Will currently top of the standings coming into this competition. He's going to need to put on a good show, though. We've seen tops already on that men's route. Meanwhile, Natalia Kaluchka, let's see what she can do as Will gets cracking into the red section from the green section. Some of the scoreboards, people are saying, what about Molly? Yeah, I'm not sure all the graphics are caught up. I don't have control of that graphics button, I'm afraid. If we go to the IFSC app as well, that gives you some updates.
многократный призер по надежной Кубке Европы и один из немногих участников этого чемпионата Европы, кто уже третий раз пытается завоевать олимпийскую лицензию. Да, друзья, все правильно, ваши аплодисменты. Наталья Талышко завершила выступление. Ну, собственно, мы знаем, да, что она сильна в скорости. Трудность, конечно, ее немного напрягает.
Will Bosi getting a heel hook in now.
Мы знаем, некоторые спортсмены,
See what he can do.
если они тренируют свой вид, они другим вообще даже не подходят, чтобы не тратить на это силы. Или вдруг не
Let's see what Will can do as he pulls into the pinchy green section of this route. Meanwhile, we've lost Natalia Kaluchka. She's down. As Will takes a moment to rest. Yuval was saying it's hard to rest in this section because of the pinches. One of those moments really where resting can actually sap more of your energy, but Will, with one foot just casually hanging off, just looks walking apart because his British teammates there look on. Will bumps out left, moves that right hand, looking for that side pull crimp, which he finds. Bumps up into that corner, that small little crimp. Finds the second crimp, just losing his feet there for a moment, managed to find it back as he crosses through in an awkward looking clip. Kicking his feet out left and bumps into that red volume. Will, muscles starting to stand out his back as he takes a fall. That could be tricky for Will. Time will tell on that. Remember, he was in provisional first position coming into this comp. I told you things are going to change. Let's see what happens to the scoreboard in a minute. He just shakes his head. You can see he was starting to pump out in this qualification round. So hello, if you're joining us, my name's Matt Groom. We are in Moscow, Russia, for the European champs. We're nearing the end of an amazing marathon week of climbing. We've already seen athletes crowned champion in the speed, lead and bouldering events, and now it's the turn of the combined. So we watch that wonderful shot there. What a camera angle. So cool to see our sport represented like this. Someone's asking what's the name of the track in the background. I'll Shazam it for you. Will Bosi, let's watch his moment of fall as he reaches up into that pinch. You can see fingers uncurling on that red hold. Hannah Moyle immediately air climbing the second she walked onto that stage. Andrzej Pechach on the left. Hannah just taking a couple of seconds to familiarise himself with the route. Graham, the IFSC technical delegate back home, saying that Will's 147 points. He thinks he's through. Cheers, Graham. What a competition this is so far. Interesting route setting. Nice to see the athletes being separated, but we have seen two tops for the men, no tops so far for the women. Fluid style from Ange there. He's had a good competition. He's been climbing a lot, one of those athletes. He's been right up there at the top of his game as Hannah Moyle. She comes into this little rest position. A lot of athletes just taking a moment to pause here to compose themselves before throwing themselves into the next part of this route. Ange reversing himself, flicking out the rope, using every minute of that rest that he can possibly find. Hannah Moyle going well into this slopey section. We know it's hard. High right foot, swapping it down low. Almost looks like, yeah, she's got a knee bar, a half a knee bar in there just to make that bump across easier. Hannah Moore in full splits. What a move from her. One heel hook, one toe out. Outrageous flexibility from her. Ange now grimacing as he goes up. Hannah Moore deciding to clip, thinking better off it. You can see the rope snaking back down to ground. Just wants to get one move higher before making that clip. She's possibly on the edge here, starting to struggle. She's going to have to find something as she loses that right hand. You can see just pinged off that little pink hold on top of the blue volume. Ange drops that knee down, trying to find a resting position. Shaking out his hands. Big grunts from him as he pushes through. Looking at that clip, makes it easy. Now he's into the tricky section of this route. Every move a battle for him. High right foot, now a moment to rest, perhaps, as he blows in his left hand, just to close off, just to blow off that extra chalk.
Конечно же, Анже настроен сражаться до конца. Других вариантов просто быть не может.
Ange pressing into the top of that red volume now. Fighting, fighting. What can he do? Is he going to find another top on this route?
И теперь вдохнули, друзья, вместе с Анже. И...
Ange takes a big fall there, and I've got sitting next to me another man who's just come down for the wall. I feel really bad about doing this, but Will Bosey, hello, mate. Congratulations, that looked like a fight.
I mean, yeah, I just messed up that last clip that I got in. I should have clipped it early. I thought I could, but I was like, maybe it's better from later on, and then it actually got really hard on my feet. But I think I should be through, and I didn't do a huge amount of warming up, and like if I am through, I didn't want to waste too much skin, so I'm pretty happy with that. It was a fun route, so.
Yeah, as we watch that crazy splits move from Hannah there on screen, absolutely outrageous. Yeah, Will, you're talking about going through. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of maths involved to get there, but you should be safe. Graham back at home was saying you should be safe.
Yeah.
But how nerve-wracking is it as an athlete, these moments, if you don't know if you're in and you're waiting for that clock?
If you don't, it's so difficult. Like for myself in Toulouse, when I knew I had to make it count on lead, and I knew 4 people had already topped the route, so I was like, I need to top, I need to do it fast, and that, like in Toulouse, that played into my head so much that I just completely screwed the route. And obviously everyone deals with pressure differently, I guess, but for me, like, I guess when you know you need to like top it, that's really hard. If you know you just need to go out and fight as hard as you can and get super pumped, then it's not so bad, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're a man who deals with pressure well. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. Go back, have a lovely rest, and we should be seeing you tomorrow in the finals.
Hopefully. Thanks for that.
Cheers, Will. Thank you. Eliska Adamovska on the right-hand side. Nikolai Yariovic on the left. About 6 athletes to go now. Nikolai, of course, climbing in front of his home crowd. I think the Russian athletes have got a boost from this. Such a special moment for them here in Moscow. Climbing having a real resurgence in Russia recently. Into that high rest. We've seen every athlete milk this moment. It's pretty much the only rest on this route. And it's hardly a rest, is it, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, it's not the best. Breathing heavily as he enters that section. Eliska there. Getting through the hard part. We've seen a few women drop as she rests very low on that route. Hanging off, shaken out, casual as you like. No one's topped the women's route yet. Big screams from Nikolai as he goes through this green section on your left. You can't see it. There it is now, up to the crimps. Makes the clip low down, boosting up. He'll drop down to rest, chalk out as he bumps out left. Every move a fight. So good to hear. Fighting every move, getting encouragement, dropping that knee down. Right hand, just one more shakeout as he reaches up to the volume. He pinches it. Meanwhile, Eliska, as she moves into her slopey section of the route, resting her way through it. Still, Nikolai is continuing. Still, he's screaming out of shot. There he is. Camera flicking back as he gets a high left heel. Nearing the head wall there, you can see the shake. Locking off that left hand. Wonderful moments here. High right foot as he rocks up, taking a moment to rest now. He's got to find that press, but this is so shouldery when you've done all that work. Finally, he goes down. Wonderful battle from Nikolai Yariovic. Eliska Adamovska. Zooming in on her hands as she moves through this blue section, just creeping the hands up. I think there's only 2 fingers on that crib, but she bumps up. I thought she was going there. Somehow she manages to stay on the wall as she drops her left down, shaking out again, determination on her face. What a quarter-final this is proving to be. Qualifying, I should say. It's not even a quarter-final, is it? What a qualifying this is proving to be. Up to the back volume section now. 3 fingers on that crimp. Using every opportunity to rest as she gradually climbs higher up this route. We have seen no tops so far for the women. She clips this long extended draw and then comes into the side pulls. Slight dynamic move as she catches that, loses her foot. She's still on, she's still fighting, and she needs to match, then bring her heel up, or a toe, which she does. Coming out to the left now, getting closer and closer to the top of this qualifying route. Close now, she gets her right hand, fighting, bumps that right in. Eliska nearing the end of her evening's work, leaving nothing behind. She's got to clip that final quick draw, remember, has to. Presses into the right, there is a little crimp which we get. Now she needs to cut loose, uses a knee. She's established, and I think we're going to get a top here. She clips awkwardly around her hand. The first top for her. What a performance from Eliska. Eliska Adamovska, as she comes down from the wall. Lovely to see a top on that route. Come on, let's have it. What a performance. Everyone back at home as well getting involved. Top it, someone's saying. She jumps to the top of the leaderboard for the time being as we watch Nikolai screams as he goes higher. Whew. Taking a breath, ladies and gentlemen, taking a breath. Are you having a good time at home? Are you enjoying this? I certainly am. In Moscow, Russia for the European champs. Feels like all week we've been building towards this combined final. Tomorrow, of course, the finals taking place in the late afternoon here in Moscow. So you get a chance to lie in tomorrow if you're watching from home. Look at these moves. Such an awkward clip to finish, and that's the moment for her, as she knows she's topped it out. Pretty much guaranteed going through if no one else can top out. We'll see, though. 5 athletes to come. Nimrod Marcus on the left-hand side of the screen. Elena Krasovska. On the right, she gets started. Someone on the train listening on the way back from work, I presume, getting hyped up and people are looking at them weirdly. Good, let them look. And if they ask, tell them it's climbing. Elena, moving easily through that bottom section. The athletes all gathering in front of me now, eyes fixed on the lead wall. Coaches on their phones, constantly updating. Remember, only 8 athletes are going to progress into tomorrow's finals, and it's the last chance for these athletes to get that Olympic ticket. The chance to represent your country on the biggest sporting stage possible. I actually got goosebumps as I said that, I genuinely have. Whew. Nimrod Marcus. Almost at his resting point on this route. Nimrod Marcus just resting. We've seen athletes resting in both positions, either on the right or on the left. Elena as well in her resting position before she launches into this crux part of the route. It spats so many athletes off so far. This slopey hold you can see that she's going to next, offering very little purchase, especially in this warm arena. She makes that moment look fairly simple. It's not. How much energy will she gone? She shakes out that right hand, upgrades the left. You can see just 3 fingers, that little pinky uncurling as she goes up into a big static move. Nimrod Marcus, as he gets through his pinch section, now he's going to have to start fighting. Here he goes, cutting loose. Bumps that left hand out. On the right-hand side, we've lost Elena. See a replay of that in a second. Nimrod Marcus, you could see, just popped up with the 3 fingers. Possibly feet slightly low. You could just see them peel off. 4 athletes to go. Jerne Kruder up next for the men. Alexandra Kluchka for the women. Hello back at home if you're watching. Lovely to read all of your comments on the live chat. I've got it scrolling away on a screen next to me. Thank you again, and I've said it a few times, but I do mean it, for keeping this chat nice, calm. Climbing community is one I'm very proud to be a part of, and you guys back at home are representing it on this chat wonderfully. Thank you very much. Nimrod Marcus there. You can see this moment, fingers uncurling, ping, off they go, and he takes the ride back down to the mats. That is the lead route so far. Eliska right at the top, followed by Molly, 40 plus. Not many athletes to go there, as you can see. And for the men, Yuval Shemela and Hannes Blumen topping out, separated by time at the top. Are we going to see more tops? Albert OK, the YouTuber, on our live chat. Wanting to ask the IFSC for footage. Good luck with that one, man. Fingers crossed for you. Jerne Kruder now, as he starts up his route. Now, Jerne needs, well, he needs a performance here. Disappointing bouldering round by his standards. Didn't manage to top all the boulders. He needs to unleash everything on this wall. Alexandra Kluchka. Moving up to the right of her route, Jerne Kruder. We know him for his bouldering antics, although he's a very good outdoor climber. Anyone climbing 9A is a very good outdoor sport climber. But Jerne needs something special here in Moscow in order to progress. Welcome to the qualifying round. Tomorrow is the finals, and we are in the final section of this competition. As Jerne makes a one-footed clip, just letting that left foot trail out as he comes into his rest, locking off that right as he finds the heel hook, using the toe as well, anything to take the pressure off his arms as we stick with him as he shakes out a quarter way up this route. Alexandra Kluchka. She moves into the slopey section and takes a fall. Not managing to recover as all our attention turns to Jerne now. Into the pinches for him. Uses that toe, which he just pinged off there, managing to stay on the wall. High left hook, losing it, deciding on a heel instead. Jerne makes the clip.
Ерни тоже парень непростой, трудно слазать, он очень-очень круто на скалах, у него несколько прохождений маршрутов 9А категории сложности.
Left hand into that crimpy side pull now as he exits this section. Looking calm so far, he needs a performance of a lifetime to get through here. Out he goes with the left. Now swings through, you can see that little left foot, that right drop knee, dropping into the crimps. Makes an awkward clip with the left hand. Now's this double bump move coming up. Looks like he's going to cut loose and dyno it, which he does. Jerne Kruder looking up. Oh, my hands are so sweaty. I'm trying not to overhype this for you guys back at home. Nothing wrong, nothing worse than someone just shouting down a microphone at you, but it is exciting here in the stadium. as we watch some replays of the action. Watching Jerne fight now into those pinches, eyes laser focused on the next hold. I'm not sure Jerne's done enough. You guys can't see it, I've got a leaderboard in front of me on a big screen that flashes up occasionally. And that climber there, Jerne Kruder, is not in the top 8. Meanwhile, on stage, Chloe Quillier of Belgium. Sergei Luchetsky is on the left. Two athletes on the wall. Chloe Quillier just off on the right of your screen, and that's Sergei Luchetsky on the left. Chloe has climbed strong all weekend. If you remember back to the qualification round for the lead, she absolutely cruised it by accident, almost completing one of the routes. Hello, if you're just joining us, where have you been? We've had an amazing day of climbing here in Moscow. And this is the final part of this qualification, the lead round. We saw speed earlier, we saw bouldering. And now, as the clock ticks towards 7:30 at night here in Moscow, final few athletes are up on the wall. Chloe Quillier on the right-hand side. Sergei Luchetsky on the left. Climbing smoothly through this section, nice and fast. Chloe getting encouragement from her teammates as she enters the slopey section, having to fight a little bit. You can see so little grip available on that big black volume. She reaches down, struggles, cuts loose, she's having to fight here. She needs to make that clip as well. It is beneath her. It's an awkward looking clip for her. She's going to have to drop that left hand way beneath her. We can see down on the bottom right. She does now. Makes the clip. How much has that cost her though? Double clipping in the same position. Clever climbing from her. Sergei Luchetsky now. He presses, using different beta from what we've seen. Left foot up instead. He's going to have to make that clip hovering tantalizingly close above his head. Now he drops back in a more conventional approach, getting those feet up onto the right. Bumps that left toe out onto the volume and awkwardly reaches down. Chloe, meanwhile, she's still fighting. As Sergei presses into that hold. Looks like he was snapping up to the left as Chloe also comes down. A few people are saying IFSC website's down. If it is, stick with me, I'll let you know what happens. Chloe, hands on her knees as she breathes deeply. Has she done enough? The stakes are so high here in Moscow. Not only is there a chance to be crowned the champion, but a chance to fulfill athletes' dreams by representing their country in the Olympics. 2 climbers left out. Give me a shout out if you've been with me from the beginning this morning. Seems like ages away now. Started about 10 to 11 Moscow time. It's now 7:30. I don't think my heart rate has gone below about 100 all day. If any doctors out there, I might need some attention. We have a slight pause. We watch the replays. Chloe, you can see she started to struggle with that clip. Just awkward for her. Couldn't quite find it. You see this moment, that big swing she did. She then had to make the lower clip and just lost the energy coming out. That's the top so far. Only 1 top from Eliska Adamovska from the Czech Republic. Molly Thompson-Smith next with 40 plus. As we drop down the leaderboard. Remember, this is the results of the lead competition. The overall will be announced soon. And for the men, Yuval Shemela and Hannes Puman both topping out, separated by time alone. And Yuval, he was chatting to me earlier, he made a good point. You might have to climb quickly, but if you climb quickly, you might make mistakes. A real balancing act for the athletes. Sasha Lehmann on the wall now, on the left. Stasha Gale on the right. Someone saying that Chloe's cut loose was insane. Yeah, I would agree with you, it was. And to hold that and to carry on climbing, madness. The Sasha gets that toe in the crack. He, of course, climbed so well the other day, being crowned champion of the single lead event. Stasha, always a fighter. Boulder specialist. How will she cope with the endurance of this route? If you're watching back at home, give your support, scream at that TV if you want. You never know, they might hear you. It might help. Stasha resting on the bottom section of that route now. Big pop up onto the volume, pinching it. She comes into this slopey section. We saw Chloe battling on. Stasha, what a performance from her so far. She makes the low clip. Meanwhile, Sasha rests. Stasha, clever heel-toe combo. She matches, you can see, body battered and bruised from a week of some of the most intense competition climbing I've ever watched. Sasha bumps out into his pinchy section. A lot expected from him, the lead specialist, champion, of course, here in Moscow. But he's been doing a lot of climbing as Stasha goes through the slopey section of her route. All eyes on Sasha Lehmann now. Reaches up with the left, makes a clip. Goes back down to rest. This cut moose move coming up. Watch out for the double bump as well. Check out that red volume out to the left. Matches with the right. Remember, Gianni did a huge dyno here. It's not the way. That's the way. The double bump. Sasha with a heel and a toe, fighting for this. As he reaches up, clips, bumps. Are we going to see another top on this men's route? Time will play a factor. But it is droppable, this top section. We've seen it. If you're back in Switzerland, stop what you're doing. Send vibes Sasha's way. Up he goes into this press. He's going to look for that crimp you can see at the bottom right of your screen. Sort of a crimpy side pull. Looking for the top. And here comes the dyno. Will he stick this move? He does. Pulls up the rope. It looks like it's going to be a top for him. It is. I've run out of words for Sasha. I really have. He's a man who just performs under pressure time and time again.
Nice.
It's going to come down to time. That will be confirmed in a sec to see who's on the leaderboard. Third top on that men's route. What a qualifying finale. Stasha, as we see her moment, she reaches up, fingers desperate for purchase. As she falls. As we're watching here, very easy, and that huge jump at the end. Chalking up, shaking out, getting ready for his moment. Always looks calm, doesn't he? That huge double jump. Hard to get the angle of that, but it does slope about 45 degrees, that tick mark, and a big shout out to the crowd. There the composure goes. Final athletes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with me. My name is Matt Groom. It's been an epic day here in Moscow, and we're almost at an end. As Victoria Meshkova comes out, double champion, of course, bouldering champion and lead champion. One women's top so far, 3 for the men. Nicolas Collin, he's on the left for the men from Belgium. Final athletes out now. How's your heart rates back at home? How's things? Both athletes get cracking. Victoria making 2 clips there. Nicolas Collin perhaps starting to show signs of fatigue. Seen some mistakes from him. He's been climbing so much, so hard throughout this competition. Sergei back at home, his heart's pounding. Mine too. As Victoria twists her way up into this rest, where most athletes choose just to take a second to pause, compose themselves. Nicolas Collin, as he reaches out, those tick marks just designed to help the athletes. We don't want to trick him. He takes a big moment, you can see. He's another one of those climbers who, it doesn't really matter how pumped that man is, he will still continue to climb. Even if his body's given up, he'll be fighting through. As Victoria Meshkova, she enters the slopey section. She hasn't made that lower clip yet. She'll be looking to do it now. High heel hook as Victoria clips that extended quick draw. Such an intelligent climber. Losing her feet though there, managing to pull it back, not too much energy lost there. She stretches out right and statically gets the move. Meanwhile, camera flicks over to Nicolas. He crimps that volume, now he's having to fight. We know what's coming up, you've seen it enough, right hand through. He's eyeing the jump, decides better of it and just cuts loose instead, campusing that move. Right foot up, left foot onto the crimp. Fingers uncurling as he makes the clip. Victoria, meanwhile, she's still going strong. She's got a toe hook drop knee, as you can see there. Final few meters for Nicholas. Meanwhile, Victoria, she's having to fight. Foot outright, adjusts the hand for her. Thinks about matching, but thinks better of it. Little dynamic move needed for here as we go to Nicholas, and he takes a slip high up. Disappointed with himself as Victoria also falls. We'll see replays in a second. Nicholas Kohan sits on the floor, head in his hands. Victoria as well. Alex Kazanov is literally running back and forth with his head in his hands at this moment as he checks the results. Has he done enough to go through? The coaches, high drama, high tension as we wait for confirmation of the top 8. Remember, only 8 athletes will go forward till tomorrow's final. We wait to see the results. Alex Kazanov still running around like an absolute madman. He's currently in 8th position. And you can hear, I think you might be able to even hear him on a microphone. He might come up and chat to me. I think he's going to. Alex Kazanov has just said, I need to do an interview as he runs up to join me. Oh, he can do an interview. Sorry, I misheard him. Alex, you seem slightly pleased. You're through tomorrow into the finals.
I'm 8th place, you know, and I really screwed up in this route. I was super nervous because I knew I had to do quite well after winning the bouldering round, and I had things to fall in line perfectly to happen. So I was waiting to Nico to climb, and I had him to be 4th or lower in order to make it. Otherwise, I would be 9th.
Alex, I know how much this means to you. I had the pleasure of your company the other evening while you were supporting your teammates. You have so much support behind you on the live chat. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Sorry I couldn't do the interview before. I was too nervous.
Oh, I don't care. Don't worry.
Yeah,
all good. Mate, well, listen, I'm going to let you go. I know you want to celebrate with your teammates. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a rest up tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow in the finals.
Thank you so much, Matt. Appreciate it.
See you later, dude. Awesome scenes. There we go. It's the lead qualifier. Literally, Alex is just bouncing around this arena right now. It's so much fun to hang out with him. I know you guys are waiting for confirmation. As we look at the lead qualification on screen. So many emotions in this arena. We have athletes sitting quietly, despairing, others bouncing around. Fantastic moments. Eliška Adamskova, Hannah Moyle. I'm trying to read them out. It's flicking on a screen in front of me, the confirmations of the top place. I know you guys are waiting at home for the combined graphic. Eliška Adamskova, Hannah Moyle, Stasha. They're our top 3. There it is, confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. The top 8 places go through. Eliška Adamovska, Hannah Moyle, Stasha Geo, Elena Krasovska, Molly Thompson-Smith, Chloe Collier, Patricia Hujiak, and Alma Bestvarta. According to that graphic, they are through to the finals tomorrow. Thank you for your patience. That is your top 8 athletes. Remember, 8 go through. Thank you for your patience there. I know you're absolutely desperate to find out back at home. The screen was flicking in front of me too quickly for me to read it out for you. I had to wait for this moment, but there you go. Confirmation for the women. We're waiting for the men. As we flick down, a list of athletes who will not be joining us tomorrow. Heartbreak for them. They gave it everything here in Moscow. Truly wonderful, wonderful competition. That's the men. Sasha Lehmann, Sergei Luchetsky, William Bosi, Yuval Shemela, Nikolai Yaryovets, Alexei Rubstov, Marcin Zietsky, and Alex Kazanov. They are our finalists tomorrow. They are the athletes who have a chance for that Olympic ticket, the highest accolade. I have goosebumps, ladies and gentlemen, on my arms. They are standing out as I look out across the sea of athletes, judges, photographers, pundits, punters. It's hard not to get emotional. It means so much to these athletes, and they have put so much into it, so many sacrifices. And those athletes too, the ones missing out, giving it absolutely everything through today's qualifying event. We see a replay. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I hope you've had a good time. Tomorrow, we're back at it again for the finals of the combined later on this afternoon. Check out the IFSC YouTube channel, set a reminder, set an alarm clock, skive off work, call in sick. I don't care, you have to be here. Tell your boss I told you so. One more day of competing. One more day of drama here in Moscow as I say goodbye to you. It's been fun. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.